he died,
ó yà lẹ́nu.
he was marveled.
Tẹ́ ẹ bá ṣàkíyèsí àwọn àpèjúwe Bíbélì tá a kà yẹn.
If you observe this Bible verse that we have read very well,
àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀yìn Jésù ìgbòrúurú ọkàn bá wọn.
the disciples of Jesus Christ were troubled in their mind.
Ó dàbí ìgbà téèyàn ní adarí tó jẹ́ ológun nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, ológun gidi.
It's as if you have a leader that has charm very well in Yoruba land.
Tó jẹ́ pé tí adarí ń bá gbọ́wọ́ kè báyìí.
That when the leader raises up his hand,
bí idà ló bá fẹ́ yóò bọ̀ sọ́wọ́ ẹ̀.
if he wants a sword, it will come to his hand.
bí ìbọn ló bá fẹ́ yóò bọ̀ sọ́wọ́ ẹ̀.
If it is a gun, it will appear in his hand.
òǹdè táàrí ó lè ṣọwọ́ báyìí tí ó mú jáde.
The enchantment belt that he has, he will just bring it out.
tó bá nawọ́ lásán iná lè máa yọ.
If he just stretch forth his hand, the fire can come out.
ṣé ẹ mọ̀ pé àwọn ọmọ tó bá ń tẹ̀lé oníyẹn lẹ́yìn àwọn ọmọ ogun tó bá ń tẹ̀lé lẹ́yìn ọkàn wọn balẹ̀.
You know, the followers that are following such person will be at peace. They will say they are just playing.
even gan tí ọ̀gá wọn yẹn tí ọ̀tá bá ṣe nǹkan kan tọ́gá yẹn bá kọ́kọ́ ṣubú.
If the enemy does something and the leader fell down,
àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀yìn ó rò pé ẹ̀yìn kan ń pidán ni.
the disciples will just say, you are just performing magic.
bí n tó ṣẹlẹ̀ sáwọn ọmọ ẹ̀yìn nìyẹn.
That is what happened to the
wọ́n
disciples.
gbàgbọ́ wípé Jésù lágbára.
They believed that Jesus was powerful.
ẹni tó ṣe wípé á sọ̀rọ̀ ìyanu á
The
ṣẹlẹ̀.
one who speaks and wonders happen.
tó dẹ̀ ti kọ́ wọn ní oríṣiríṣi ẹ̀kọ́ tó jẹ́.
And he has taught them many things about who he
ó
is.
ti fi agbára tó ní ó ti fi hàn ní oríṣiríṣi
He
ọ̀nà.
has revealed the power that he has in many ways.
lílajú afọ́jú.
He was opening the eyes of the blind.
wíwo alárùn ẹ̀gbàsàn.
He was healing sick
àtoríṣiríṣi nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀.
and every other things.
kí wọ́n sì wá gbá mú bá wọn.
And they now withhold him.
kí wọ́n mú lọ sí pápá gbọ̀ngàn ìdájọ́.
Took him to the court, the judge of the court.
kí wọ́n wípé kó wí tẹnu ẹ̀.
And they asked him,
kọ́ mọ́ rojú àwíjàre.
and he should not say anything.
àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀yìn rẹ̀ mọ̀ pé kí ló ń ṣọ̀gá náà.
They will be looking what is happening to the leader.
kọ́gà ó explain tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ náà.
Let the master explain what is happening.
kí wọ́n dẹ̀ dìímú bẹ́yẹn náà.
And they hold him like that.
ẹni tó jẹ́ pé àwọn àkókò tiwa tí wọ́n fẹ́ mú tí wọ́n ò rí mú.
The person that there are times that they want to withhold him and they were unable
wọ́n
to
dẹ̀
do
gbámú bẹ́yẹn
that.
náà.
And they withheld him
pẹ̀lú gbogbo agbára ẹ̀.
with all his power.
wọ́n dẹ̀ ń nà lẹ́gba.
And they were beating him.
ẹ̀jẹ̀ ń dẹ̀ ń yọ.
And blood was coming out.
kò dẹ̀ ṣe nǹkan kan.
And he did nothing.
àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀yìn àní abọ́nú ẹ̀ báyìí fa.
The disciples say, we are in for it.
wàhálà dé fa.
Problem has come.
ìdí nìyẹn tó mú káwọn ọmọ ẹ̀yìn kí wọ́n lọ gọ nígbà tí a ti pa Jésù.
That is why the disciples went to hide when Jesus was killed.
ṣùgbọ́n ó jíǹde.
But he is risen.
àkọlé tá a pè ní olúwa jíǹde yẹn olúwa tó jíǹde
The
yẹn.
topic that we say, the risen Lord,
ó ní àkọlé tó jẹ́ pé nínú ìtàn kò sí nítorí parẹ́ mọ́.
it is an account that in the story nothing can clean it off again.
In history, nothing. This is the only singular phrase that in history nothing can erase.
Èyí ni ọ̀rọ̀ kan gbòógì tó jẹ́ pé nínú ìtàn kò sí nǹkan tó lè parẹ́.
It is the highest state of expression of both incarnation as well as kenosis. Mo ti mọ̀ pé ń dọ̀ láàmú.
Òun ni ìpele tó ga jù nínú Ọlọ́run tó wá sí ayé.
Good. Nígbà tí Ọlọ́run ó dé èèyàn.
When God returned to man,
àpèjúwe tá a rí ni pé ó gbé àwọ̀ ènìyàn wọ̀.
the description we see that he put on the body of a man.
ṣùgbọ́n nígbà tọ́lọ́run fẹ́ fi òpin ìfẹ́ rẹ̀ hàn fún wa.
But when he wants to reveal the extent of his love,
ó ṣí ògo kúrò lára ni.
he revealed the glory away from himself.
ó ṣí ògo kúrò lára.
He removed the glory away from himself.
tó fi já wípé ìrí tá a rí gan-an bí ìfẹ́ yẹn ti gbòòrò tó.
That seeing him, we can see how much the love is strong.
Kenosis is the Greek word for self-emptying.
Ó jẹ́ pé ọ̀rọ̀ tó túmọ̀ sí pé kéèyàn sọ ara rẹ̀ di òfo.
You empty yourself.
Èèyàn sọ ara rẹ̀ di òfo.
gbogbo ògo yẹn èèyàn kan sọ di yẹpẹrẹ.
All the glory won't bring them down.
kéèyàn jáde ta kí wọ́n sì máa wò ògo tó bọ́ kalẹ̀.
One should step out and people seeing the glory that has come down.
kéèyàn jáde ta kí wọ́n sì máa wo agbára tó gbé kalẹ̀.
Stepping out and seeing the power he has put down.
ìgbékalẹ̀ agbára yẹn ni wọ́n ṣe ń nà tí ò bójú wo agbára yẹn kó mú.
He is putting down the power that they were beating him and and he couldn't do anything.
wọ́n ń tutọ́ sí lára kò fọ́ wọn létí.
They were spitting on him and he didn't slap them.
wọ́n ń ti gbọ̀ngbọ̀n kò ká sí.
They were pushing him and he didn't count it as he counted it as nothing.
ó bọ́gò sílẹ̀.
He put step aside the
torí
glory.
pé ó fẹ́ kí ènìyàn kí aráyé kí wọ́n lóye ibi tóun fẹ́ bá dé láti fi ìfẹ́ òun hàn ìran
He
ènìyàn.
want the people of the world to see the extent of how he want to reveal his love, his great love to people.
ní ọjọ́ ẹtì yẹn
On that Friday,
Jésù jìyà
Jesus suffered
ó dẹ̀ kú
and he died
a sì sìnkú ẹ̀.
and he was buried.
ohun tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní ọjọ́ ẹtì yẹn
What happened on that Friday?
ó ní àkójọpọ̀ àpèjúwe àìsírètí.
It is the account of what we can describe as no hope.
It is the summary of hopelessness.
Àkójọpọ̀ ohun tí a lè pè ní àìnírètí.
tí ó mú káwọn ọmọ ẹ̀yìn rẹ̀ ọmọ pò ìrìn
That will
kálù.
make the disciple of just going about.
ìní mú kéèyàn àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀yìn ẹlòmíràn fẹ́ ṣìnà lé ẹ̀.
That even some of the disciples will want to miss the road to their house.
irú ọjọ́ yẹn báwọn ọmọ ẹ̀yìn bá ń fóúnjẹ sẹ́nu bí ọtúnlẹ̀ kó dùn tó kò yóò tẹ́ lẹ́nu ni.
No matter how the food is sweet, if the disciples are eating it, it will be tasteless.
bí wọ́n ti bí yòówù tí wọ́n kóra wọn jọ pọ̀ sí wọ́n máa yọjú wo wíńdò pé àbí wọ́n tún ń bọ̀.
Wherever they have gathered, they will be peeping through the window. Are they coming again?
torí pé ẹni tó mọ́ lórí ogun ṣé ò ní máa lé àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀yìn olórí ogun.
But because the leader will not be going after the followers.
ọ̀rọ̀ òsì lẹ́nu àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀yìn Jésù mọ́.
The disciples of Jesus have no word to say.
wọ́n yà lọ gọ.
They went to hide.
ọjọ́ ẹtì lọ.
The Friday passed,
ó dọjọ́ sátidé.
and the next day, Saturday.
wọ́n mọ̀ pé lè òní tí ìmọ̀ tó lùkọ́ ti jí ẹni tó bá rí oorun díẹ̀ sùn.
I know that the day would have break that people, that even those ones that could sleep little, they would have wake up.
That Saturday
Ní ọjọ́ àbámẹ́ta yẹn,
was a silent Saturday.
ó jẹ́ ọjọ́ ìdákẹ́rọ́rọ́.
It was a Saturday of calmness.
Ó jẹ́ ọjọ́ tí àwọn èèyàn wà ní ìdákẹ́jẹ́.
lọ́jọ́ Saturday yẹn gan ọ̀rọ̀ tún sí lẹ́nu àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀yìn.
On Saturday, the disciples, they have no word to say.
They were dumbfounded.
Gbogbo ẹ̀ sì ń yà wọ́n lẹ́nu.
ṣùgbọ́n àwọn ọ̀tá wọ́n ń ṣàjọyọ̀.
But the enemy were rejoicing.
àwọn tí ń pàdé lábẹ́ tẹ́ǹtì tẹ́ ń ṣàjọyọ̀.
They were meeting under the tent and they were celebrating.
wọ́n lérò wípé àwọn ti pa Jésù lẹ́nu mọ́.
They knew that they have silenced Jesus.
wọ́n á pàdé ara wọn wọ́n á bára wọn lọ́wọ́
They will
pàì.
meet themselves and shake each other.
ọwọ́ bá kínní hun.
We lay our hands on him.
ojú tì ọ̀tàn àbí ọ̀tàn.
He is ashamed. Is that not all?
ilé fi rí ngbà tí wọ́n ń ṣàpèjúwe rẹ̀ wọ́n láwọn mi àwọn pé ó gbára rẹ̀ là ọgbẹ́ lòmíì lè ò lè gbára rẹ̀ là.
See, they say you save others, you cannot save
sọ
yourself.
lórí igi àgbélébùú tó
Come
bá
down
nípa
from the cross.
òye òye wọn.
They do not
wọ́n mọ̀
understand.
pé igi tá a gbé Jésù kọ́ òun ló dá igi.
They don't know that the cross that he was laid on, it was one that creates that
wọ́n mọ̀
cross.
wípé ẹ̀gún tá a há mọ́ lórí òun ló dá
They don't know that
ẹ̀gún.
the thorn on his head is the creator of that thorn.
wọ́n mọ̀ pé ìṣó tá a fi gbá mọ́gi òun ló dá
They don't know
ìṣó.
that the nail that he was nailed with, it was one
wọ́n
that
mọ̀ pé
created
tó
it.
bá wù ú láti ṣe ni ó lè pàṣẹ fún ẹ̀gún dípò tí ó fi máa ha lórí tí ó máa dùn kó máa fẹ́ láfẹ́fẹ́.
They don't know that he has the power to command that instead of the thorn to be choking him, he has the power to say, let it be comforting his head.
wọ́n mọ̀ pé ó ṣeé ṣe fún igi tá a gbé kọ́ yẹn bí wọ́n ti ń gbé kọ́ igi yẹn kí igi yẹn máa rún wómúwómú.
They don't know that it is possible for that wood of the cross to be crumbling.
wọ́n mọ̀ pé tó bá fẹ́ ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ìṣó yẹn bí wọ́n bá ti ń gbà báyìí á dàbí ìgbà téèyàn ń fi òwú tí wọ́n ń kan òwú mọ́
They
nǹkan.
don't know that as they are nailing him, that nail can just be as if they are using a cotton wool to touch something.
ṣùgbọ́n nítorí ipò pinnu pé òun fẹ́ fi ibi tí ìfẹ́ òun fún ìre ènìyàn gbòòrò dé tú ara rẹ̀ síta ọjọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀.
Because he has determined that he wants to reveal the extent of his love, he allowed it to happen.
ṣùgbọ́n wọ́n ń ṣàjọyọ̀.
But they were rejoicing.
ọjọ́ sátidé ọmọ kọjá lọ bá
And
wọn.
Saturday also passed as well.
ó ṣeé ṣe kọ́ yẹ pé inú àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀yìn ẹlòmíràn ọmọ kò ṣe.
It is possible that among the disciples, One of them is Eason.
Báàsì wá retí kò Saturday tó ń lọ kò tó ṣe nǹkan kan.
And Saturday has also passed, nothing happened.
Ó sì wá kú bá náà.
And he died just like that.
Àárọ̀ ọjọ́ ìsinmi dé. Àárọ̀ Sunday.
And here comes Sunday morning,
Ọjọ́ kìíní ọ̀sẹ̀.
the first day of the week.
Drama bá bẹ̀rẹ̀.
And drama unfold.
Drama yẹn ó kọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní kámpù àwọn tó gba ti Jésù.
The drama first started in the camp of those that accept Jesus.
Drama kan tún bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní kámpù àwọn tí ò gba ti Jésù.
And another drama also unfold in the camp of those that do not accept Jesus.
Nígbà tí àwọn tó jẹ́ ọmọlẹ́yìn Jésù ní tòótọ́ tí wọ́n ń dúró láti wo ohun tí ó ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ́jọ́ kẹta.
When the true disciples of Jesus were waiting to witness what will happen on the third day.
Torí pé ó ti sọ pé lọ́jọ́ kẹta òun ó jíǹde.
Because he said on the third day he will rose.
Bó tiẹ̀ ṣe pé wọ́n wà nípò yóò rí bẹ́ẹ̀ kò ní rí bẹ́ẹ̀ yóò rí bẹ́ẹ̀ kò rí bẹ́ẹ̀.
Even they are in the doubting position.
Wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí wò pé àbí nǹkan ó yàtọ̀ lọ́jọ́ kẹta yìí.
They began to think, will something different happen on the third day?
Àwọn ọ̀tá ń tí wọn.
The enemies on their own
Ìgbà
path,
táwọn jí.
when they wake,
Wọ́n ní ọ̀rẹ́ wa ń lé mbẹ́.
they said, our friend,
Ẹmu tá a mú kù lánàá ó kú àbí ó kù.
the palm wine that we left yesterday, does it still remain?
Ẹ jẹ́ á bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ṣàjọyọ̀.
Let us continue our celebration.
Wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí kó ẹmu jọ.
They began to gather palm wine.
Wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí kó wáìnì jọ.
They began to gather wine.
Torí pé wọ́n ní lọ́kàn pé àwọn ti ṣẹ́gun ọ̀tá.
Because they have it in mind that they are victorious over their enemy.
Lójijì.
Suddenly.
Lójijì.
Suddenly.
Lójijì.
Suddenly.
Ìgbé bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí sọ nílùú.
There are all manners of shouts in the town.
Ìgbé bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí sọ nílùú.
There are shouts from the town.
Ọmọ jíǹde.
He is risen.
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 Ìgbé bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí sọ nílùú.
There are shouts from the town.
Wọ́n ní irọ́ ni ń pa.
They said it is a lie.
Ẹ lọ pa àwọn ológun tí ń ṣọ́ ẹnu bojì rẹ̀
Go
wá.
and call the soldiers that are in charge of the grave.
Àwọn sójà dé.
The soldiers, they came.
Ń gbọ́ kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀.
What happened?
Wọ́n ní gbogbo bá a ṣe dìhámọ́ra sí lóru.
They said how much we are guarded in the midnight.
Pẹ̀lú òkúta ńlá tó wà lẹ́nu bojì.
With the big stone that was used to cover the grave.
Àwa kàn bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí gbọ́ látojú oorun tó kúta yẹn ń ṣe gẹ̀rẹ́gẹ̀rẹ́gẹ̀rẹ́.
We were just hearing from our sleep that the stone was rolling.
Òkúta yẹn bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí yí.
The stone was rolling.
A dẹ̀ wò káàkiri ààrẹ tó ń yí òkúta.
And we watched around, we didn't see anyone rolling the stone.
Ìwọ àyànfẹ́.
You beloved.
Òkúta ayé rẹ kò nílò kẹrùgbò rẹ tó ń yí kó tó yí.
The stone of your life, you don't need to see the person that is rolling it before it
The
rolls.
power
Agbára
behind the stone
tó wà lẹ́yìn òkúta
that is hindering your forthcoming.
tó ń dènà àtibọ̀ rẹ.
The power
Agbára
blocking your progress.
tí ó ń dí
You
ìlọsíwájú rẹ.
need not to see that power.
O nílò láti rí agbára náà.
The effect of the power will be made manifest
Ìṣe agbára náà yóò hàn.
because a power
Nítorí agbára náà
came on the third day
wá ní ọjọ́ kẹta.
and the stone was moving
Òkúta náà sì ń yí.
without seeing the mover of the
Láì rí ẹni
stone.
tí ó ń yí òkúta náà.
Today we can sing the song
Lónìí a lè rí òkúta náà.
that the Lord has risen.
Pé Olúwa jíǹde.
Lójijì.
Suddenly,
Maria Magdalene
Mary Magdalene
àtàwọn míì
and others,
wọ́n gbọ́ròyìn yẹn
they heard the shouts.
pé ẹ̀rọ òkúta ni
That, can't you see the stone?
ó ti jíǹde.
He is risen.
Wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí jù lọ
They began
balabalabala.
to go.
Wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí jù lọ
They
balabala.
began to go.
Ó ti jí.
He's risen.
Ó ti jí
He's
lóòótọ́.
risen truly.
Ó ti jí lóòótọ́.
He's
Bíbélì
risen
sọ
truly.
wípé Peter náà ti ń bọ̀. Wọ́n wá lọ wọnú bojì yẹn.
Peter also came and went to watch, to look into the grave.
Lóòótọ́ kò sókù ẹ̀ ń bẹ̀ mọ́.
Truly, the corpse is not there anymore.
Àwọn ọmọ pé lánàá ó ń kàn rest ni.
They don't know that yesterday he was just resting.
Wọ́n ọmọ pé ń kàn rẹjú ni.
They didn't know that he was just taking a nap.
Wọn ò bá ń bẹ̀ mọ́.
They didn't meet him there.
àwọn obìnrin wa tún gbóyìn rẹ̀ kí lẹ̀ ń
The
wá.
woman was moving about and they were like, what
Jésù tá a
are
gbé
you
bí báyìí ni.
Jesus-
Àwọn náà ó ti jí.
They said he is risen.
Ẹ lọ sọ fún àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀yìn rẹ̀ àti
Go
Pétérù.
and tell his disciples and Peter.
Mi ìmọ̀dí tí wọ́n ṣe dárúkọ Pétérù lọ́tọ̀.
I don't know why Peter was mentioned
Wọ́n dàbí
separately.
ẹni pé Pétérù jẹ́ alágídí kan.
It seems Peter was a kind of stubborn person.
Ó jẹ́ ẹni tí máa ń forí rọ gbogbo ohun tó le.
He's somebody that used to confront everything that is very, very hard.
Wípé ẹ sọ fáwọn yòókù ẹ wá sọ fún Pétérù.
Tell others and also Peter
Wípé ó ti jíǹde.
that he is risen.
Ó wá ní kán kẹ́kẹ́ pàdé òun ní
And he
Galilee.
said you should meet him at Galilee.
My brothers and sisters,
Arákùnrin mi àti
I
arábìnrin mi.
know
Mo mọ̀ wípé
the voice
ohun náà
that will speak unto your life
tí ó sọ̀rọ̀ sí ayé rẹ
that the Lord has risen
wípé Olúwa ti jíǹde
to bring about a transformation
láti mú ìyípadà wá
in your life,
nínú ayé rẹ
in your situation.
nínú
We
ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ rẹ
speak today.
yóò sọ̀rọ̀ lónìí
We speak
yóò
today.
fọhùn lónìí
We speak
yóò
today.
fọhùn lónìí.
The disciples saw the risen Lord.
Àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀yìn wọ́n rí Jésù tó jíǹde.
We shall also see the risen
Àwa
Lord.
náà a ó rí Jésù tó jíǹde.
What are some of the implications of the phrase the risen
Kí
Lord?
ni àwọn nǹkan tó ní ṣe pẹ̀lú ọ̀rọ̀ náà Jésù tó Olúwa tó jíǹde?
It symbolizes victory over sin and death.
Ó túmọ̀ sí ìṣẹ́gun lórí ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ àti ikú.
Tí a bá sọ pé Olúwa tó
We
jíǹde,
say the risen Lord.
ó ń ṣe àtọ́ka sí ìṣẹ́gun lórí ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ àti ikú.
It symbolized victory over sin and death.
Ó ń ṣe àpèjúwe ìmúṣẹ àsọtẹ́lẹ̀ ìyà
It
ìnípẹ̀kun.
described the manifestation of the prophecy of
Tá a bá sọ
salvation.
nípa Olúwa tó jíǹde,
We are talking about the risen Lord.
ó ń ṣe àpèjúwe ẹni tó wà láàyè pẹ̀lú wa
He's
títí láé.
describing the one who is alive with us forever.
Ó ń ṣe àpèjúwe ẹni tó pè káfọ̀kànbalẹ̀ nítorí pé ó wà pẹ̀lú wa títí
He's
láé.
describing to us that we should put our mind at rest because he's always with us.
His living presence.
Ó wà pẹ̀lú wa.
His talk is symbolizing the living peace.
Ó ń sọ fún wa pẹ̀lú àlàáfíà tó wà láàyè.
The arrival of the peace that cannot be properly described by human words.
Àlàáfíà tí a ò lè ṣàpèjúwe rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú ọ̀rọ̀ ẹnu ènìyàn.
It is symbolizing the possibility of building a life of faith and resilience.
Ó ń ṣàpèjúwe kíkọ́ ìgbé ayé ìgbàgbọ́ àti ìfaradà.
Ìrìn àjò ìgbàgbọ́ láyé yìí inú orin Yorùbá ní ogun ayé le o, ogun ọ̀run ẹgbèjà. The fact wípé Olúwa jíǹde.
The fact that the Lord is risen.
Ó sọ wípé ọmọ Ọlọ́run tó gbàgbọ́ ó lè bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí kọ́ ìgbé ayé ìgbàgbọ́ tí la bó ti wù kó le tí là á kọjá.
He's telling us that a child of God can begin to learn the faith that can go through no matter how hard the circumstances is.
The phrase the risen Lord
Ọ̀rọ̀ náà tó sọ wípé Jésù Olúwa tó jíǹde.
symbolizes triumph of life over darkness.
Ó ń ṣàpèjúwe ìgbéga ìyè lórí òkùnkùn.
Bó ti wù kí òkùnkùn pọ̀ tó.
No matter how much is dark,
Bó ti wù kí òkùnkùn pẹ́ tó.
no matter how last the dark,
Ìmọ́lẹ̀ ni a borí òkùnkùn.
the light will triumph over the darkness.
Ìmọ́lẹ̀ ni a borí òkùnkùn.
The light will triumph over the darkness.
Àwọn kankan máa wà tó lè jẹ́ bí àjogúnbá.
There are some things that can be like
Wọ́n ní bí
hereditary.
tírí ńlẹ̀ wa nìyẹn.
That is how it is in our
Bí tírí
home.
nínú ìran wa nìyẹn.
That is how it is in our
Tó bá ti dé
generation.
level kan bá a ti mọ irú portion ìyà tá a máa jẹ.
When we get to a stage, we know the portion
A
of the
ti mọ irú
suffering.
portion ìjákulẹ̀ tá a máa
We
ní.
know the portion of the setback we have.
Ṣùgbọ́n nítorí pé Olúwa jíǹde.
Because the Lord is risen,
Agbára kan wà
there is a power
tó máa ń tẹrí agbára òkùnkùn bá.
that suppress the power of darkness.
Ìmọ́lẹ̀ tó mú wá.
The light that he brought
A tẹrí òkùnkùn bá.
will suppress the darkness.
Má wàá dààmú ìṣàlàyé.
And don't disturb yourself in explanation.
Má dààmú àpèjúwe.
Don't disturb yourself in description.
Nígbà tó bá dé.
when it comes,
ó lè ju téèyàn fọ̀rọ̀ ṣàlàyé
it
lọ.
is more than what your words can explain.
ó kàn rí pé ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ju òye ìwọ
You
gan
will
lọ.
just see that the happenings is more than
ó
your
ju
own
agbára
knowledge,
ènìyàn lọ.
more than the power of man.
nítorí pé olúwa jíǹde.
Because the Lord is
àwọn
risen,
nǹkan kan á ṣẹlẹ̀.
some things will happen.
ọ̀kan nínú tí á ṣẹlẹ̀.
One of the things that will
á mú
happen,
kí àyípadà ṣẹlẹ̀ nínú ayé
it
ènìyàn.
will bring transformation in your life.
ìrírí tí Pọ́ọ̀lù àpọ́stélì ní.
That is the experience of Paul the
ẹni tó
apostle,
le koko bí ojú egun ẹja.
the one that is so stubborn and very
ẹni tó
hard,
pinnu pé òun ó jẹ́ ọ̀tá
the
ìjọ.
one that is determined to be the enemy
tó
of the
dẹ̀ mú
church,
àwọn àyànfẹ́ lẹ́yọlẹ́yọ tí wọ́n ń pa
and he
wọ́n.
was persecuting
tó dẹ̀
the
ń
beloved,
ṣògo nínú ìgbógun ti
and he
ìjọ
was
Kristi.
rejoicing in persecuting the
nítorí
church
agbára àjíǹde.
because of the power of resurrection.
ọwọ́ Ọlọ́run wọnú ayé
The
ẹ̀.
hand of God went into him,
àyípadà bá a láti inú.
and there is transformation from the
àyànfẹ́
inner.
tó wà ń bí lónìí.
The love that is here today,
àwọn nǹkan yòówù tó lè wà nínú ayé wa.
no matter what is in your life,
agbára olúwa tó jíǹde
the
yẹn.
power of the Lord that is
ó lè bẹ̀rẹ̀
risen
sí í ṣe àtúntò láti inú.
can begin transformation
tí
from the
àtúntò láti
inside.
inú yẹn bá
That
ṣẹlẹ̀.
the restructuring from the inside can
yóò
happen.
bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí í farahàn níta.
It will begin to reflect outward,
gbogbo ojú wa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí í ṣàpèjúwe.
and all eyes will begin to
pé
describe
àbí
it.
lọ́jọ́ balagbájá yìí náà
Or is it
kọ́.
not this same person?
nítorí pé olúwa jíǹde.
Because the Lord is risen,
ó lè ṣe ètò ìrètí ààyè.
can arrange the hope, the living hope.
even nínú gbogbo persecution.
In all of this persecution, ìdojúkọ.
gbogbo ìdojúkọ tá ń là
In
kọjá.
all of this persecution that you are passing
nítorí
through.
pé olúwa yìí jíǹde.
Because this Lord is risen,
ó lè gbà wá là nínú gbogbo nǹkan tó múni
it
lẹ́rú.
can deliver us from everything that
because
enslaves
he
us.
rose,
Nítorí pé ó
he can
jíǹde,
deliver us from addiction.
ó lè gbà wá lọ́wọ́ àwọn ohun
it
tí
may
ó ti
be
di bárakú.
addiction to alcohol.
Bárakú sí ọtí
bẹ́ẹ̀ni ò lè
mímu
ṣe kí n má
that I
mutí.
can't do without drinking.
ọtí yẹn tí ò jẹ́ kó ní
The
àlùyọ.
aqua that doesn't allow you to succeed.
ẹnìkan ṣàpèjúwe kan lánàá.
Somebody was describing something yesterday.
ó ní ọ̀kan nínú àwọn tíṣà ní skul kan.
He said one of the teachers in a school
ó sọ fún ọ̀gá iléèwé
told their principal
pé òun fẹ́ sílé òun.
that he want to have their house warming.
ó ní ọ̀gá iléèwé wa ní bóò ló ṣe rìn tí oríwẹ̀ fi kọ́lé.
And the principal was like, how do you journey that you build a house?
ìwọ kọ́lé.
You built a house?
ó ní yes.
He said yes.
wọ́n bá lọ sílé ó bá mú ọ̀gá ń lọ síbi ilé
And
yẹn.
he took the principal to the house.
ọ̀gá bá gbé ẹkún.
And the principal start crying.
pé bò ní ọmọ lábẹ́ òun ṣe rí ṣe
How did someone under him was able to make it
tí òun ò rí ṣe.
that he was unable to make it?
ọmọ wa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí gbà nímọ̀ràn.
And that one began to advise him.
ó ní sálárì yín sà
He said, your salary,
á jọ máa ṣiṣẹ́ lórí ẹ̀
we'll
báyìí.
be working on it now.
ìgbà tí ó fi pẹ́
And after a long time,
ọ̀gá náà bá kọ́lé.
and the principal also built house.
tẹ́lẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́ mu yọ́nà lọ̀gá wà.
Before he is part of those that drink,
àwọn ẹgbẹ́ ààrẹ mi ṣe.
that our life will do it.
nígbà tí olúwa tó jíǹde bá gba ìṣàkóso.
When the Lord that rose take charge,
àwọn nǹkan èmi náà kọ́ mọ̀ bí n ti bọ́ ń bẹ̀ ni.
that the things that I don't know how I will escape from this thing.
ajánigbà pẹ̀lú agbára tó ju ọgbọ́n
It
ènìyàn
will
lọ.
deliver one with the power that is more than human knowledge.
ohun tí ẹlòmíì oko ẹrú ń tẹlòmíì bọ́ sí tí ò mọ̀ bí ó ti bọ́ ń bẹ̀.
The slavery that one find himself that doesn't know how to be delivered.
ó lè ṣe àgbèrè ṣíṣe.
It can be fornication.
àbó lè yàn ṣe é gbé láàrin ọ̀sẹ̀ tí ò ní bóbin sùn.
How can one live in a week that doesn't sleep with a woman?
ẹlòmíì á dẹ̀ ní lọ́kàn yìí pé béèyàn bá tiẹ̀ bóbin sùn bó lè yàn ṣe é gbé láàrin oṣù kan tó yẹ kóbin kan náà ni ọmọ bá
How
sùn.
will one live for a month with just one woman?
varieties di kíni ẹ mọ̀ bí wọ́n ti sọ pé kéèyàn máa yí padà ní mú ayé dùn.
That one should be changing things.
so èèyàn ṣé wá wà tí ó mọ̀ èèyàn máa dán ọ̀dàn kúkúrú ọ̀dàn gíga wọ̀ ọ̀dàn dúdú ọ̀dàn pupa ọ̀dàn ọ̀rọ̀bọ̀ wọ̀
One
ọ̀dàn
will
pẹlẹbẹ
try
wọ̀.
different varieties.
ayé tẹ́lómi ń gbé nìyẹn.
That is the life that some people are
and I
living.
tell you o lè bọ́ ń bẹ̀ tó ọba bọ́ sọ́wọ́ olúwa tó
You
jíǹde.
cannot be delivered if
Ó
you
ju
don't
agbára
get yourself
ènìyàn
in
lọ.
the hands of the one that is
ó ju
risen.
ìmọ̀ lọ.
It's more than the power and
ọba
the
àti
wisdom.
professor
If even if you are a professor,
ọba àdí dókítà,
if you like be a doctor,
ọba ẹlòmíì gan ó lè máa kọ́ọ̀yàn ní nǹkan yẹn.
even some people can even be teaching
láì
others
jẹ́
that
pé
same
èèyàn
thing
bọ́ sí abẹ́ àkóso olúwa tó jíǹde.
without being under the
àwọn
camp of the one.
amúnilẹ́rù yọ̀ ọ́ tẹ̀síwájú.
This slave master will
ẹ̀fọ́
continue.
ẹlòmíì ìṣòro tí ojú pé ká tọ́jú ara látọ̀bọ́dì.
The problem of some people are just to take care of the body,
Excessive body adornment.
excessive body adornment.
mi ò lè ṣe kí n má
I can't do without doing this and that.
àkàpé bí ó bá mú eléyìí gbogbo yẹtí tí ó tò mọ́ etí báyìí gbogbo ìka ó lè ṣọkùnrin náà.
We'll be picking all manners of adornment. It can even be a man.
ó lè ṣọkùnrin náà.
Can even be a man.
àti ìbá ṣe báyìí.
Say if I don't do
náà
this.
bọ́ sórí ojú mìíràn tó náà ọkùnrin náà tí wọ́n máa ṣáàtìkè
A man
sí.
will be looking into the mirror and
wọ́n máa ṣáàtìkè sí.
be using powder.
òun náà máa ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀.
Using powder,
pé mo
doing
ṣe
all
dúró ní
those
ìsìn wọ́n mọ̀ pé ń rí yàn.
That when they see me, they know they see someone.
àwọn oko ẹrú wọ̀nyẹn.
Those slave masters,
torí ipò jíǹde.
because he is
ó
risen,
lè yẹn ṣe lè bọ́ nínú wọn.
that is why you can be delivered.
torí ipò jíǹde.
Because he is risen,
ìdánilójú wà.
there is an assurance
pé ó lè gbà wá kúrò nínú ìbẹ̀rù.
that he can deliver us from fear.
tí ìgboyà ó dẹ̀ dípò rẹ̀.
That courage will replace it.
níjó ní.
The other day,
àwọn ọmọlẹ́yìn rẹ̀ lọ gan
the
ni.
disciples went to hide.
wọn ò tó bẹ́ẹ̀ láti yọjú.
They don't
ṣùgbọ́n
have
gbàrà
the courage
tó
to come out.
jíǹde.
But immediately he rose.
ìgboyà bá wọn.
They have the
wọ́n wá ń
courage.
lọ láti ilé délé.
They were not going from house to
wọ́n
house.
wàásù láì bẹ̀rù.
They were preaching without fear.
ògo ni fọlọ́run lókè ọ̀run.
Glory to the Lord
bí
in
mo
the
ṣe ń
heaven.
palẹ̀ mọ́.
As I am
ni mo tún
concluding,
rántí bàbá wa dé ọmọ Jésù.
I remember our father
mo ní
Adeomo
mo mọ̀
Jesus.
dúpẹ́ pé mo mọ bàbá kí wọ́n tó gba Jésù.
Lord, thank God I know this
mo
man
tún
because
dúpẹ́
he
pé mo
accepted
mọ̀ wọ́n
Jesus.
lẹ́yìn tí wọ́n ti gba Jésù.
And I know him after he accepted Jesus.
Adé ọmọ Jésù.
This man,
ọmọ àwo Jésù jọ̀hún.
this man
ẹ
then,
rí ọkùnrin.
when you see a
ẹ̀rù
man,
dẹ̀
you
bàyín.
will be
á
terrified.
dẹ̀ wá sílùú.
And he will come
á
to the
darapọ̀
town.
máwọn eléégún.
And he will join the
á darapọ̀
masquerade.
máwọn aláwo.
He will join
wọ́n
the
jọ máa kiri
priest.
ìlú.
They will go
wọ́n
about.
eégún tó lágbára jù ní ìlú ńgbà yẹn.
The most powerful
àkókò
masquerade.
yẹn lẹ́rìí níbẹ̀.
That is when you
tí
will
ó
see
bẹ̀rẹ̀
him.
tí ó gbé àwọn géńdé pẹ̀lú irun orí
That he
ẹ̀.
will carry
tí a máa
able
gbé wọn
men.
pò yìí.
And he will be carrying
Adé
them
ọmọ
around.
Jésù.
This man,
ọmọ àwo Jésù.
This man.
ẹni tí mo rí tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n sokùn mọ́
the one
ọkọ̀.
that I saw that was
wọ́n
tied to
sokùn
the
mọ́kọ̀.
vehicle,
ó dẹ̀ fi eyín mú okùn.
and he used his stick to
ọkọ̀
hold it
ẹ̀dá
tight.
ló ń gbọ́n fi sí gíà.
And
Adé
the car
ọmọ
did not
àwo
move.
Jésù.
This man,
ẹni tí mo ṣalábàápàdé.
the one that I
tí
saw,
wọ́n gbé odó sínú ẹ̀.
that they put
tí
a
wọ́n
mortar
máa gún
inside
odó
him,
yẹn.
and they are pounding the
àwa táwọn
mortar.
òrán tá à ń bá ń ṣe ha.
We that we are watching him, we
aláàmọ̀
are saying,
gba ìrora
he will be
sára.
shouting, he will be accepting
ọmọ àwo
the pain.
Jésù.
This man,
ṣùgbọ́n nígbà tí Jésù wọnú ẹ̀.
but when Jesus
Jésù
came to
tó
him,
jíǹde.
Jesus that is
ó tún wá
risen,
sí ìlú kan náà.
he came to
mo tún
another town,
ṣẹlẹ́rìí ẹ̀.
and I
mo
witnessed
ṣẹlẹ́rìí
it.
bí ẹni tí ń jù lóko lórí pẹpẹ.
I witnessed him
tó
on
dẹ̀
the
ń
altar.
kọrin
I was
pẹ̀lú
singing
ìgboyà.
with courage.
Àtolúwo àtàpènà ẹlẹ́yà méjì ń kọ́lé tira wọn. Àtolúwo àtàpènà ẹlẹ́yà méjì ń kọ́lé. ẹni tó jẹ́ pé nílùú náà.
The one that
ní
in
tí
that same
ṣògo
town,
awo.
he was like the head of the priest.
nígbà tí Jésù bá wọnú ayé èèyàn.
When Jesus came into the
pẹ̀lú
life of
agbára
somebody,
àjíǹde.
with the power of resurrection,
ìgboyà yẹn á wà.
the courage will be
láti
there
kéde rẹ̀.
to proclaim
láti
him,
kéde rẹ̀.
to proclaim
láì
him
síbẹ̀rù.
without
bí mo
fear.
ṣe ń lọ sí parí.
As I'm
kí
rounding up,
lójúṣe wa.
what is our responsibility?
tó bá jẹ́ pé Olúwa ìjíǹde lóòótọ́.
If truly this Lord is risen,
ohun àkọ́kọ́.
one thing,
a
first thing,
gbọ́dọ̀ pinnu a sì gbọ́dọ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti máa wo Jésù
we
yẹn.
must determine to be looking up to Jesus
nínú yòówù tó bá dé.
in any circumstances.
nínú yòówù tó bá dé.
In every circumstances,
ká máa wo Jésù yẹn.
we should be looking up to
agbára ń bẹ
Jesus.
nínú gbígbójú sókè sí
There
Jésù.
is power in looking up
àwọn
to Jesus.
àkókò ìpèníjà tẹ̀mí á wà.
There are times of the challenge of the spirit.
àwọn àkókò ọrọ̀ ajé ó wà.
There are the times of the economic
àwọn
challenge.
àkókò tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ nílùú yóò
There
wà.
are the time of the governance
ẹ
challenge.
jẹ́ kí n lo àpẹẹrẹ tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ nílùú wa talking of social challenges.
À ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa àwọn ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ tí ó wà ní àyíká wa.
nígbà tó bá lọ sóde.
When you go for a function
tó ọ̀ràn ro àti bùbá tiẹ̀.
and you sewn your own buba and wrapper
fún òde tí wọ́n pè yín sí tàbí tó kàn ọ́.
for the function that you are invited or the one that you are concerned,
ọwọ́ aránrò àti bùbá tiẹ̀ láràn dọ́rùn báyìí.
and you sew your own buba that cover your neck very well,
bíi ti màmá ó yí kalẹ̀ màmá ó yí kalẹ̀
like
àgbà
that of Mama Oyekale.
màmá ẹ̀ dìde tọ́ọ̀ràn láràn yípo ọrùn báwọn.
That you
Ẹ
sew
jókòó
it
mà.
that it cover your neck like that.
tó wá bá àwọn ẹlẹgbẹ́ rẹ ní abẹ́ tent.
and you meet your colleagues under the tent.
tí wọ́n wá rántí wọn tó jẹ́ pé ọ̀rọ̀ aborí ọyàn kéékèèké.
That they saw their own that is covered their chest upward.
ẹ̀dẹ̀ wá wo ọ̀nà dẹ̀ rán nǹkan tó tún ráǹdì ọrùn o.
They also saw something that around the neck.
ṣùgbọ́n tí wọ́n fi bo òkè rẹ̀.
But what they used to cover it.
tẹ́ ń bá ń wò bí ẹran ara lẹ́ẹ̀mọ́ rí.
If you are seeing it, you are seeing the flesh.
ẹ ti mọ tí mò ń sọ.
You know what I'm talking about.
kíní fẹ́lẹ́fẹ́lẹ́ yẹn àwọn làwọn so táwọn bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí jó àtìláwì tí wọ́n mọ̀ fò sókè.
You will be seeing their properties.
wọ́n wà máa wùwẹ́ pé ta lọ́bọ̀ ọ̀ràn sọ ìrànkúràn báyìí.
Who help you to sew these clothes?
wọ́n pe ìrànkúràn bó wọn ní ìrànkúràn aṣọ wa ní aṣọ tí ò bá gbà mọ́.
They said the clothes that is not in vogue.
tí ò bá dẹ̀ sí tó dé ẹ̀ ń tọ́rọ̀ ìrànkúràn ọmọ accuse ẹ̀ ń tọ́rọ̀ dáadáa tó rọ̀ ìrànkúràn.
The one that sold the bad one will be accusing the one that sold the good one.
wọ́n mọ̀ pé wọn ìwà wọn ò ṣe wọ́n èso ọmọ ìjọ tiwa.
I know they are not our church members.
tó jẹ́ pé kéńké báyìí ní ọ̀rọ̀ amú ọmú.
That just shortly above their
gbogbo òkè
chest.
wọ́n wá fi bí àgbàdo fẹ́lẹ́fẹ́lẹ́ ni wọ́n ràn mọ́ lókè.
They use something like net to cover the upward.
torí pé wọ́n fẹ́ bá gbà mú.
Because they want to be in vogue.
bí agbára Jésù tó jíǹde tó bá wọnú ayé ẹ̀.
If the power of the Lord that is risen come into your life.
o nílò prọfẹ̀tì láti mọ̀ wípé díẹ̀díẹ̀ èèyàn ń sínwín lọ nìyẹn.
You don't need a prophet to know that stylishly you are going insane.
There are social challenges.
Àwọn ìdojúkọ àyíká wa.
ẹnìkan tó ń ṣàpèjúwe kan.
Somebody was describing another thing.
ọ̀gá iléèwé kan náà.
The head of a school.
tó wá dì kan.
He kicked up.
ṣé àwọn chinos.
You know chinos.
trouser chinos yẹn. ẹ mọ̀ pé àwọn aṣọ olówó ńlá ni.
You know that it is for the rich people.
tí wọ́n bá ra chinos tó gbádùn. ó fine gan.
When you buy a good chinos, it is very fine.
ṣùgbọ́n pọ̀ chinos tí wọ́n ń rán ní ṣòkòtò ọ̀pọ̀ wọn ni èèwọ̀dì.
Many of them that they used to sew trouser doesn't cover up.
ọ̀pọ̀ wọn ni èèwọ̀dì dáadáa.
It doesn't cover up very well.
owó tó fi rà á àti bí kéètò rẹ̀ ṣe yọ ló lè máa rò.
You may be thinking of the money and the gator.
wọ́n ní ọ̀gá iléèwé yẹn tó bá wá dìpọ́n báyìí.
That when this head teacher kicked up very well.
àtìláwé ọ̀wà bọ́ sí ẹ̀gbẹ́ kan.
And the property will move in a side.
àwọn tó bá dúró wọn máa gbogbo ẹ̀.
And the people that stood before him will be looking at everything.
yóò sì máa ta bámbám káàkiri wájú wọn.
And he will be moving around in front of them.
àwọn tó bá fẹ́ tán tí e jìyà lọ́dọ̀ ẹlẹ́dàá rẹ̀ wọ́n gbé ṣòkòtò yìí kódà quality ni.
Those that want to deceive him so that he will be punished will be telling him that yes, this trouser is quality.
bí agbára olúwa tó jíǹde bá wọnú ayé yẹn.
If the power of the Lord that is risen enter one's life.
we should be able to overcome social challenges.
A nílò láti borí àwọn ìdojúkọ àyíká wa.
tó o bá fẹ́ ràn tàbí o fẹ́ rà ó wò lẹ́ẹ̀mejì.
If you want to sew it or you want to buy it, you will look it 2
ǹgbọ́ lọ
times.
ra t-shirt.
When did you buy a t-shirt? When you went to buy t-shirt,
ọ̀kan ní wo quality.
you won't just look into the quality.
wàá wo àwòrán tí wọ́n yà sára ẹ̀.
You will look the image on it.
wàá wo ìtì hàn kọ sí.
You will look what is written on it.
o lè jọmọ ọlọ́run tágbára àjíǹde ti wọnú ayé
You
ẹ̀.
can't be a child of God that the power of resurrection is
kọ́ ọ ra
inside him.
jeans kí wọ́n kọ crazy sí kó o tún rà á.
And you see a gene that is crazy and you still buy it.
tàbí kí wọ́n ti fà á ya
And the one that is torn
kó o tún lọ rà á.
and you still go ahead
o
and buy
ní
it.
ṣèyẹn.
You cannot do that.
nítorí pé agbára àjíǹde ti ń ṣe iṣẹ́ ọ̀túnú ayé ẹ̀.
Because the power of resurrection is making a renewal in your
o
life.
lè ní agbára àjíǹde nínú ẹ̀.
You can't have the power of
kó o
resurrection
tẹ̀
in
mọ́
you
wo olúwa tó jíǹde.
and you'll be looking at Jesus
bí
that is
obìnrin kọ́
resurrected.
wá la skirt kí wọ́n rán skirt kan là nídìí kọ́fẹ́ ẹ̀ mọ́
And
bọ́là
you now
kò díẹ̀.
go and buy a skirt that has been divided
ó sì wà comfortable.
and you are comfortable with
agbára
it.
àjíǹde ò tí ì débẹ̀.
The power of resurrection is not in
torí
you.
pé agbára àjíǹde social challenges the power in you will make you to know that you are not representing the risen Lord again that way.
Àwọn agbára tó ó máa jẹ́ kí ẹ mọ̀ wípé pẹ̀lú àwọn ìwà yẹn ẹ ò ṣojú Ọlọ́run tó jíǹde mọ́.
bí agbára àjíǹde bá dé téèyàn dẹ̀ ń wo Jésù.
If the power of resurrection comes and you are looking up to Jesus,
èèyàn mọ̀ wípé pankéèkì wọ̀nba lọ́mọ.
one will know that all these pancake they are little.
mi ò sọ pé burúkú èèyàn rọra kóbìnrin rọra ṣojú
I'm not
fẹ́rẹ́fẹ́rẹ́.
saying that it's bad for you to just make up a little.
ṣùgbọ́n ká wá lẹ́mọ́.
But for you to plaster everything on your face.
àti bí ooru ti mú àti bí ooru ò ti mú.
And when there is heat and where there is no heat.
ẹ ṣá gbọ́dọ̀ ṣẹ́rù hand fan.
You must hold one hand fan.
ó ti dára aṣọ ń sìn.
It
no
is
matter
part,
what.
it is now part of the dressing. Whether there
tẹ́lẹ̀
is
nígbà tí
heat or
kọ́kọ́
not.
yọ ní kinní báyìí hand fan yẹn ni ó kọ́kọ́ gbé.
When it's going somewhere, you just see the hand fan with the person.
bí ìgbà tá a yẹ ní handset.
When like we have an asset.
àtẹ̀yàn pé àtẹ̀yàn ò pé èèyàn kọ́kọ́ yọ káwọn èèyàn lè mọ̀ pé àwa náà já sí.
Whether they are calling you or not, you hold it so that people will know that you have a good iPhone.
bí agbára àjíǹde bá ti wọnú ayé
If the
ènìyàn.
power of resurrection comes into your life,
yóò wà á máa pín òtítọ́ àjíǹde rẹ̀.
it will begin to distribute the truth of his resurrection.
yóò máa pín agbára yá máa pín òtítọ́ agbára àjíǹde
He will
rẹ̀.
be sharing the truth of the power of resurrection.
ní ẹnujọ́ mélòó yìí
A few days ago,
ní ọ́fíìsì seminary president
in the office of the seminary president,
nǹkan kan ṣẹlẹ̀
something happened.
àbáwọn nǹkan kan ṣẹlẹ̀.
Some things are happening.
mo wá ń bira mi pé ẹ dúró ná.
I was now asking myself that,
tó bá
wait,
mọ̀ ṣègbà kan wọ́n mọ̀ sọ wípé n tí èsàrà duty president ni mo mọ̀ ń ṣe
if
lọ́fíìsì.
it is some times ago, they will say these things that I'm doing is not the duty of the president.
torí ó ti ń di àṣà fún mi ní ìsìn tẹ́nìkan bá wá.
It is now a culture for me that if somebody come,
kí ló kọ yín sà tó bá ti tó akọ ẹ̀.
what is your name? And when the person mentioned the name,
tí n bá ti rí i pé inú ẹ̀sìn kejì ló ti wá
if I now say that it's from other religion,
inú mi ó ti dùn.
I will be very happy.
aláǹfààní ló dé.
I will say this is an
kò
opportunity.
dẹ̀ síjà kò síjà ń bẹ̀.
And there is no fight there.
gba lágbájá á ó kọ yín nìyẹn.
Oh, that's your name.
èmi náà sì ń jó kọ́tọ́jọ́ bá ń gbà
And
kan.
I'm bearing that name sometimes ago.
báyìí ló kọ tèmi
So
náà.
is my name as well.
ìtumọ̀ rẹ̀ sì ní.
And this is the meaning.
kí ni ìtumọ̀ ó kọ tí.
What is the meaning of your own name?
a ògo ni fọlọ́run lókè
Oh,
ọ̀run.
glory to be to
ẹ
God.
màá wá dákọ olórí ẹ̀sìn yẹn.
I will now mention the head of that
òun náà ó bà
religion.
dáhùn.
And he will answer.
ìgbè kí ni ìtumọ̀ tẹ́ wílé nígbà tí mo kókọ rẹ̀.
What is the meaning of what you said when I mentioned that name?
a ní báyìí ni.
He will say this, and
àpò
this.
òtún mọ̀ túmọ̀ ẹ̀.
He doesn't even know the meaning.
èmi ní mọ̀ tó sọ̀túmọ̀ fẹ́
And I will
mi.
even be telling him the meaning.
bí àti wọn bá dẹ̀ kó kọ ànábì Ìsá náà wọ́n máa ń wí nǹkan.
When they also name the name of Jesus, they have something they
lómi
say.
òwì balabalẹ̀ lómi òwì dáadáa.
Some people will say it wrongly, some
àyín
people
pé kí
say
ni
it
ìtumọ̀
correctly.
yẹn náà.
What is the meaning of that too?
ẹlòmí ọ̀mọ́ àwa tó sùn repeat ní tí wọ́n máa sọ ní tiẹ̀ ní
Another person, they
àkọ́kọ́.
will say it for the same meaning.
oníyàtọ̀ wọn wà.
I said they are different.
àkọ́kọ́ ó ní kí ìkẹ́ àtọ́lọ́ Ọlọ́run máa bá a.
The first one is that may the glory and honor of God be with him.
tẹ̀kejì ní ẹni tí ìkẹ́ àti Ọlọ́run jẹ́ tiẹ̀.
The second one is the one who is the glory and the honor of God is
ó ní
with.
bẹ́ẹ̀ ni àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́.
I said, is that not?
ẹ rí yàtọ̀ àbẹ́ rí
Do you see
yàtọ̀.
difference?
ókè tẹ́ ẹ bá wá rí yàtọ̀.
If you see difference,
mo mọ̀ pé lówó ló ń ti yín.
I know you are rich.
a ní èmi Ọlọ́run là ń bẹ̀ ni.
You say, I'm not rich, we are begging
àhánkò ti
God.
jẹ́ pé Ọlọ́run là ń bẹ̀ ní yín ọ̀rọ̀ wà.
You say, when you say you are begging God,
kápẹ́ ẹ nílò owó.
if you need money
tẹ́ ẹ wá ń bọ̀ síbì kan.
and you are going somewhere
tẹ́ ẹ rí tí wọ́n ta tent.
and you see tents
táwọn èèyàn wá ń kọrin.
and people are singing,
lágbájá làkàṣègbè.
that so person,
olówó tí ò lè olówó tó ṣe ò lè ta.
the rich man that can never be
wọ́n
poor,
bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí kí oníyẹn.
that they began to
táwọn èèyàn jó lọ́dọ̀
praise
rẹ̀
that
tó náà ń pínwó fún wọn
and he's
báyìí.
sparing money to them.
ẹ tún rí tẹ́ǹtì kan lọ́ọ̀kan.
You see another canopy somewhere
láti
else,
kan tún kọrin bẹ́ẹ̀.
and another person is
ẹ tiẹ̀
singing
tí
there.
rẹ̀ ti ń kọrin pé wàhálà ti dé.
You tell the person that is singing that
torí
there is
ru
problem.
àwọn kíní orin tó kójọ ẹ ti mọ̀ pé mọ́pọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ wọ̀ mi ní tiẹ̀
But when
náà.
you see the instrument of that one, you
so
know that.
tóníyàn náà
this
tí wọ́n wá ń
person-
pé Ọlọ́run ṣàánú lágbájá.
and the person is saying, God help
òṣì
this
yìí pọ̀
person.
òṣì yìí pọ̀.
This poverty is too much.
òṣì yìí pọ̀.
This poverty is too
tólórin
much.
náà ní ẹ dákun ẹ ṣàánú mi ẹ
That
ṣàánú
the
mi.
singer is even saying, please have mercy on
ẹ
me.
dákun ẹ ṣàánú mi.
Have mercy on me.
ààrẹ ń tiẹ̀ ni.
That we rent
nǹkan
it.
kàbáwọn yẹn. ó dẹ̀ ń wówó lọ.
And you are going about looking for
táwọn
money.
òde méjèèjì bá parí.
After the end of
ọ̀dọ̀
those,
ta
two
lọ́ọ̀yà
persons,
sí lọ tọrọ owó.
which side will you go to beg more for
alọ́dẹ̀
money?
tó lówó ni.
Say the one who is rich.
kí ló dé tẹ̀ lọ ọ̀dọ̀ ẹni tí ó ń gbàdúrà fún pé kó lówó.
Why don't you go to meet the person
nígbà
that
tí
you are
wọ́n
praying
mọ̀
for?
ṣe èèyàn mo nílò owó mo dẹ̀ rẹ́ tó nílò owó wà lọ́dọ̀ tòṣì.
Why will I go to the poor person when I have the rich person?
mo ní mo respect olórí ẹ̀sìn tìhùn.
I respect the head of your own
ní tí mo ṣe
religion.
respect ẹ̀ ni pé
The reason why I respect him is that
ó ṣòótọ́ fáwọn èèyàn.
he told the people a truth.
ó ṣòótọ́ fáwọn
He
èèyàn.
told them the truth.
ìgbà tí wọ́n ń sáré lọ láti Mẹ́kà lọ Mẹ̀dínà.
When he was going from Mecca to Medina,
táwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ dààmú ọmọ ẹ̀yìn ẹ̀ dààmú.
and the disciples were in
wọ́n
trouble,
ní kí ni gbogbo wàhálà tá à ń ṣe
they
yìí.
say all this problem that we are into.
Pé kí ni ó jèrè wa?
Said, what will be our gain?
Ó dẹ̀ sọ fún wọn.
And he told them,
Ìyídínà suratul mustaqima.
that only God knows.
Ọlọ́run ló bá finimọ̀nà.
That
Kọ́mọ́sẹ̀ fi wá
it's
mọ̀nà.
only God knows. Let him lead us.
Ó ń tọ́sọ nìyẹn.
That's what he said.
Mo wá gbọ́ ẹnìkan.
And I asked somebody,
Ìgbà tó ń ṣèkọ́ni.
while he was teaching,
Ó wá sọ. Ó sọ pẹ̀lú ìgboyà.
he said it with
Ó
courage.
ní èmi ní ọ̀nà.
He said, I am the way,
Òtítọ́
the truth,
àti ìyè.
and the life.
Kò sẹ́ni tó lè wá sọ́dọ̀ bàbá.
Nobody
Bí ò
comes
ṣe
to the
nípasẹ̀ òun.
Father except through
Wọ́n ní
him.
tá a bá wá dé àgbàlá ọ̀run.
When we now get to the compound of
Tí
the
a rí
heaven,
àgbàlá Ọlọ́run tó tóbi.
and we see the compound
Tí
very big,
gbogbo èèyàn wá dúró lẹ́yìn àgbàlá.
and people stand behind the
Tí
compound,
géètì méjì wá wọbẹ̀.
and there are two gates,
Géètì àkọ́kọ́
entrance.
wọn wá kọ lébẹ̀l sí.
and the first gate they wrote, they
Gate
put a label
Jesus.
that the gate of Jesus.
The second one gate Mohammed.
Wọ́n kọ ìkejì gate Muhammad.
Ọlọ́run wá jókòó nínú ọlá ńlá rẹ̀ nínú
God
àfin
now
náà kan.
sits in his throne,
Ó wá ń pè ta lọ́kàn.
and he said, who is the next?
Gate Jesus.
Gate ti Jesu.
Ta lọ́kàn.
Who is the next?
A ní Stephen.
He says Stephen.
Ọládélé.
Oladele,
Ọmọ Àyànkẹ́yẹ.
son of Ayankeye,
Òun ló wà ń bí.
is 1 year.
Ọgbọ́n Stephen Ọládélé
You hear
Àyànkẹ́yẹ.
that name?
Kí ni ìdí mo gbọ́dọ̀ gbọ́ ọ̀nà gbígbà ọ̀la?
Why must I pass this way?
Máa pẹ́ Jésù lọ́mọ sọ fún mi pé òun lọ́nà òtítọ́ àti
It was
yé.
Jesus that told him that is the way, truth, and the life.
Bàbá wa bí Jésù tó jíǹde.
And the Father will now ask Jesus
Pé
that is risen.
ìgbọ́sọ̀ sọ fún Stephen Ọládélé Àyànkẹ́yẹ
Is
bẹ́ẹ̀
it
yẹn.
truly you told him that?
A ní yes mo sọ fún un.
You said, yes, I told him.
Bàbá ò ní bí n tiẹ̀ fẹ́ gbọ́ wọlé.
Even if I don't want to accept
Nígbà ọmọ
you,
mi ti sọ fún ọ báwọn.
when my son told you
Ọya
that,
gbé lẹ́yìn kíni lọ́gẹ̀jì ẹ̀.
carry your luggage
Ọya máa wọlé bọ̀.
and come in.
Stephen wọlé nu fa.
He entered.
Stephen kó nù ìjọba ọ̀run nu.
He has entered.
Wọ́n wá pé ẹnìkejì pé ọ̀gá ọ̀kọ̀ọ̀kan láwọn mú géètì kejì.
That one.
Ta ló wà ń bẹ̀?
That who is there? Who is the next person?
Wọ́n wá dákọ̀ rẹ̀ hun.
They now mention your name.
Wọ́n rò pé gbọ́ Yorùbá.
I hope you understand.
Wọ́n wá dákọ̀ yẹn.
They now mention that name.
Kí ni tó yẹ kí n gbọ́ wọlé láti géètì hun?
Why should I accept you through this gate?
Nítorí pé Muhammadu sọ fún mi pé òun ọ̀mọ̀nà ni.
Because Mama told me that he doesn't know the
Mo
way.
ní ordinarily tó bá ṣe nílẹ̀ nínú àwùjọ wa yìí.
Ordinarily, if it is in this
Jẹ́wọ̀n
community,
káwọn tá a bá wà lágbègbè á kó pàṣẹjọ tí ọ ni.
we that we are here will beat the
Pé
person.
òye èèyàn sọ fún ọ pé òun ọ̀mọ̀nà.
Somebody told you that he doesn't
Ó
know
dẹ̀
the
tó
way,
tẹ̀lé.
and you are still following the
Ọlọ́run wa ní
person.
ṣé lóòótọ́ ló sọ fún pé ó mọ̀nà.
Is it true that you told him that you don't know
Ó ní
the
mo
way?
sọ fún pé mi ò mọ̀nà.
I told him that I don't know the way.
Torí pé mo mọ̀ pé nìkan ti wá ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ́gbẹ̀ta ọdún ṣáájú mi.
Because I know somebody have come many years before me,
500
500 years before me,
Kémi ò tó wá.
before I came.
Ṣùgbọ́n mi tí mo bẹ̀rẹ̀ yìí mo ti sọ fún ẹ pé níbi ó yé mọ nìyẹn.
But me, I told them that this is how much I know.
Mo ní Ọlọ́run yóò wí pé ńgbà tó sọ fún ọ pé òun ò mọ̀nà.
God will ask you that when he told you that you don't know
Kí
the
ló
way,
tẹ̀lé sí?
why did you follow him?
Ìgbà tí mo bá ìṣàlàyé débẹ̀ yẹn.
By the time I would have explained
Àwọn
this
tí mo
way,
bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ wọn ó sì rẹ̀wẹ̀sì.
the people that I'm talking to, they would have come.
Màá ní ìdí tèmi fàyè mi fún Jésù ní
I'll tell them-
October 1982 nìyẹn.
That is why I give my life to
Torí
Christ
pé mi
in
náà wà
October
níbi tẹ́ ẹ wà
1992.
tẹ́lẹ̀ rí.
Because I was in your position.
Ṣùgbọ́n láti ìgbà tí mo ti dọ́dọ̀ Jésù.
But since I came to
Òye ń
Jesus,
yé mi sí lóòótọ́ pò ń lọ̀nà.
I have more
Ó ní-
understanding
ó
that
ní
is the way,
ìyè.
that is life,
Ó ní òtítọ́.
and the truth.
Mo pè yín kẹ́yìn náà fàyè yín fún
I
Jésù
call
Kristi.
you as well to give your life to Christ.
Àyànfẹ́
Beloved,
tí a bá ti fàyè wa fún Jésù.
if we have given our life to
Olúwa tó
Christ,
jíǹde yìí.
this risen Lord,
Pínpín òtítọ́ àjíǹde rẹ̀.
sharing the truth of his
Yóò
resurrection
di dandan fún wa.
will be compulsory
dẹ̀
for
rọrùn
us,
fún wa.
and it will be easy
Ní
for us.
ìparí
And finally,
bí a bá ti fi ayé wa fún Olúwa tó jíǹde.
if we have given our life to the
A ní
risen
láti
Lord,
máa dúró ní
we
ìrètí.
need to be waiting, expecting,
A
and
gbọ́dọ̀-
expecting.
a gbọ́dọ̀ máa dúró ní
We'll be
ìrètí.
waiting expectantly
Nítorí wípé yóò padà wá.
because he is coming back.
Yóò padà wá.
He is coming back.
Yóò padà wá.
He is coming
Yóò
back.
padà wá.
He is coming
Yóò
back.
padà wá.
He will come
Tó bá
back.
ní òun ó kú.
When he says he
Tó
will
sì
die,
kú.
and he
Tó
died,
bá lóun ó
When he
jíǹde.
said he will
Tó dẹ̀
rise,
jíǹde.
and he's risen,
Tó dẹ̀ wá sọ pé òun ó padà wá.
and he said he's coming
Yóò
back,
padà wá.
he will come
Yóò
back.
padà wá.
He will come
Yóò
back.
padà wá.
He will come back.
Ara nínú ìgbàgbọ́. Ara nínú ìgbàgbọ́. À ń wo láìlérì náà. A ó dé bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ́jọ́ kan. Ara nínú ìgbàgbọ́.
Beloved
Ara nínú
in
ìgbàgbọ́. À ń wo láìlérì náà. A ó dé bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ́jọ́ kan. One of the mornings we shall see the Lord. One of the mornings we shall see. One of the mornings we shall see the Lord. One of the mornings we shall see. lóòrọ̀ ọjọ́ kan a ó rí Olúwa tó jíǹde. lóòrọ̀ ọjọ́ kan a ó rí o. lóòrọ̀ ọjọ́ kan a ó rí bàbá. lóòrọ̀ ọjọ́ kan a ó rí. kì í ṣọ̀rọ̀ àwàdà yóò ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ́jọ́ kan.
It's not a matter of joke. It will happen
Ǹjẹ́ a
one
múra
day.
tán?
Are we ready?
Ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ ni kò fàyè fún Jésù.
Give your life to
Kó o
Christ
pa àwọn ìdíwọ́ tì.
and side
Kó o tẹ̀lé Olúwa tó
distractions
jíǹde.
and follow the
Ẹ jẹ́ ká
risen
tẹríba
Lord.
láti
Let
gbàdúrà.
us bow our heads to
Olúwa
pray.
ṣàánú fún mi.
Lord, have mercy on me.
Olúwa ṣàánú mi.
Lord, have mercy on me.
Ikú àti àjíǹde rẹ kó má jẹ́ sásán lórí
Don't
mi.
let your death and resurrection be in vain in
Ikú
my
àti
life.
àjíǹde rẹ kó má jẹ́ sásán lórí
Don't let
mi.
your death and resurrection be in vain in my
Jésù
life.
Kristi ọmọ Ọlọ́run gbà